Today's topic, mental health is full body physical health. We have a lot of talk right now talking about mental health, which is so beautiful. I love that we are discussing mental health. We are discussing mental illness because so many people are dealing with it right now, and we have so many other stresses in life. So we tend to put our mental health under the rug without realizing that your entire life revolves around the mind, the health of the mind. And the more that you push things under the rug, the more difficult time you are going to have to heal yourself. And so what I wanted to talk to you today is how the mind is connected to the rest of the body. So when you think about thoughts, where do your thoughts happen? They happen in the mind. When you think about emotions, where do those happen? They happen in the body. So in order to heal the mind, you also have to heal the body. And emotions don't come out of the blue. They're not just this mystery thing. Scientists have discovered that emotions are actually chemicals that are released in our body. You have a thought, it releases an emotion. Have you ever noticed if you have happy thoughts, what type of emotions do you have? Happy emotions. Those are the chemicals that are being released in your body. If you have angry thoughts, what type of emotions are you going to have? Angry emotions. The types of thoughts that you have, the type of emotions that you have. So what you think is how you feel. But one of the greatest gifts that we have been given as humans is the ability to create thought. Now, there is a programming that happens where your thought is automatic. That comes from your belief systems. Your belief systems are the reason why you think and feel the way that you do. However, you are able to create thought. That means you can create emotions as well. So if you choose to be grateful, you are going to release those gratitude chemicals into your system. We have the ability to change our reality. We have the ability to change the mind. The mind, the thoughts, your emotions can be programmed. They can be retrained to be the way that you want it to be. This is information that we all should have learned in second grade. We should have learned how this mechanism works. It's kind of like a chainsaw. I have no idea how to even work a chainsaw. And if somebody put a broken chainsaw in front of me and they were like, okay, fix it, make it all better, I'd look at it like, no, we're just not gonna have a chainsaw. Sorry, I have no idea even where to start. But if somebody handed me the manual for the chainsaw, if somebody told me how it works, if I watched a couple YouTube channels or YouTube episodes, then I could figure it out. I could fix that chainsaw. So many people are suffering right now. They are suffering in their depression. They are suffering in their anxiety. They are suffering in their guilt. They are suffering in their shame. And the only reason why they are suffering is because they don't know how to fix it. Okay, and so I am here to show you the manual, to show you why you are suffering and how you can change it. As I have said before, the mind is connected to the body. So whatever it is that you think, you are going to feel. And if you constantly feel angry, those chemicals are in your body. And what's interesting is that because the mind is always monitoring and looking at the body, it picks up on those anger chemicals and you're going to have angry thoughts. The body becomes addicted to those chemicals. Whatever chemicals that are in there, the body wants more of it. So if you do have a lot of anxiety attacks, the body gets addicted to that adrenaline. That's why your heart is beating so fast. That's why your palms might be sweaty. That's why you feel like you don't have control over your body. The body gets addicted to those chemicals. And it's our job, it's our responsibility to introduce chemicals to balance out our body so that our mind can be healthy and our body, our chemistry can be in balance. And this is possible. You don't have to suffer in the mental illness. You just have to understand a little bit more of how the body works. What is in your gut, it impacts your mental health. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I don't really understand why that is. The reason why it is so important to take care of your gut is because 90% of our serotonin, that's our feel-good chemical, our feel-good emotion, it is stored in our gut. It is stored in our GI tract. And so if our gut is full of poisons and processed foods, there's going to be a chemical imbalance because that feel-good chemical is not able to do what it's meant to do. So when you clear out your gut, when you detox a little bit, then it can get back to what it's meant to do, because the body is a natural pharmacy. The body is able to heal itself. You need to make sure that you give the body everything that is within your capabilities so that it can heal itself. 70% of our immune system is in our gut. 70%. So if you don't eat a healthy diet, if you don't detox your gut, your body cannot heal itself. This is why your body, what you eat, is so important. You must take caution. If you want to heal yourself mentally, you have to watch what it is that you eat. When the majority of that feel-good chemical is within your GI tract, when 90% of it is there, it is our responsibility to eat the foods, to make sure that we take care of that area of our body so the body can do what it's naturally able to do. Taking care of all areas in your life will tremendously impact your mental well-being. Your entire life revolves around how the mind has been programmed to think. Now, a lot of people feel like that they have to go back in their childhood and rehash all those devastating moments of abuse and how their parent neglected them and how they didn't love them. You don't have to rehash your past in order to heal yourself. You just have to discover how your mind was programmed to think. Then you need to reprogram the mind. That's it. You don't have to constantly tell yourself this sad story over and over. Who wants to hear sad stories? Nobody. You learn the state of the mind. You learn the state of the body right now. You learn how to heal the mind. You don't have to continually tell these sad stories. You just discover the state of how you are right now. And use your thoughts, use your emotions as clues on how to create healing in your life. It's amazing because to have change in your life, it's not like you have to actually go out there and figure out and have this huge game plan. You just have to learn how your mind has been programmed. And when you change that programming, you change the relationship that you have with your mind. And that will change all areas of your life. If you own a business, your success in business has very little to do with how much money you have, with how smart you are, how many A's you got in school, or how many degrees that you have. Your success has to do with your ability to adapt, to persevere when moments happen that you don't like. Because one thing about business, there are going to be a lot of things that happen that you don't like and that you don't expect. But how your mind responds to those unexpected events. Does your mind call you a failure? Does your mind keep saying that you keep getting rejected? Or does your mind say, keep going? Does your mind motivate you? Does your mind say, that's fine, let's keep going, I learned a new lesson? You can program your mind to be more supportive in your business. And it doesn't have to feel like a fight. The relationship that you have with your mind will also determine how your romantic relationship is. What are the chances that your spouse or your partner is always going to say everything that you want and is going to do everything that you want? Zero. It's not possible. But how you choose to respond to your spouse has nothing to do with what they said or what they did, and everything to do with how you have programmed the mind to be. And if you've programmed your mind to be very frustrated and annoyed and snap back at your spouse, you'll see what type of relationship that you're going to have. But if you've programmed your mind to be more compassionate, more loving, more patient, that's the type of marriage you're going to have. The relationship that you have with your mind determines whether you're going to have a happy or unhappy marriage. The relationship that you have with your mind, it determines the relationship with your children. We all know that children rebel. Children do things that we don't expect them to do or we don't want them to do. But how you choose to respond to your children has to do with the mind, not about what your kids are doing. Your kids are going to do that kind of stuff. We all know it. If you are a parent, you know that children do these things that you're just like, why? What was the purpose of that? That's what kids do. Children are your greatest teachers. They give us so many opportunities to grow. And it makes it so much easier, you guys. Life is so much easier if you just program your mind to be more loving. I hear a lot of people say, it's so hard, I'm doing all of these steps to try to change and try to be more loving, and then somebody triggers me. And I just forget everything that just happened. Or somebody makes me angry, or somebody makes me feel less than, or somebody rejects me. And they have all of these things that happen, and they have those tools, but the tools just go out the window. The reason is because people are trying to change their thoughts. It is not possible to change your thought, because your thought is just a symptom. Your thought is just a message. Your thought is just a clue. But you can't change your thoughts because they have been programmed. It is a programming that creates your thoughts. It is a software that makes your thoughts come about. So you can't change something that's already been programmed. I compare it to my son. One of his favorite games is Roblox. And if I started to play Roblox and I'm like, no, I want to play Minecraft right now. No, we're on Roblox. You can't just change it because this is how it's been programmed. If I want to play Minecraft, then I need to go right back into the coding and recode that game to be Minecraft. So life becomes so much easier, so much more pleasant. Instead of trying to fight how your mind has been programmed from your painful past, you can change that programming. You can rewire the mind the way you want to be. So many of us struggle because we allow our past to dictate, and we're not even aware of that because your belief systems, how you have been programmed to think, how you have been programmed to respond to certain situations, those programmings, those belief systems, those were created like decades ago. Those are really strong belief systems, really strong wirings. But that doesn't mean you can't change. You can reprogram the mind. Use your thoughts. Look at them as symptoms of another thing that's going on, of a programming of the mind. You can use your thoughts as clues to lead you to your healing. Your thoughts, the main things that your mind says to you, your depression, your anxiety, whatever it is that you are feeling that you do not want, that you do not like, those are clues to tell you where the mind needs to be reprogrammed, where you need to focus to retrain the mind. You can heal yourself. You just have to learn how to reprogram the mind. You have to learn how to retrain the mind. And once you learn that, you will see that your thoughts and emotions are just messages. They are there to help you heal. They are there to help you during your spiritual journey. They are a guide for you. All the things and all the areas that you struggle in your life, we tend to get so lost in them, but they are all guides. They are there to take us to that next level mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So start using your thoughts as a guide. Start using your thoughts as a message of where you need healing, of where the mind needs healing. In the next episode, I am going to teach you what that programming is, how to reprogram the mind to be more loving, to be more supportive. Because if you want change in your life, I don't care if it's in your business, if it's making money, if it's the relationship that you have with your body, if it's the relationship that you have with God, whatever it is, any area in your life, if you want change, any area that you are struggling with, you have to change the mind. You have to reprogram the mind. You have to change how you think, how you feel. That is where healing is. And it's not about controlling your thoughts. It's not about controlling your emotions. It's about changing that programming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.